Majority of us have heard things on the internet like some of us are late bloomers and we take time to bloom. It will all come to you at the right time. But this is a psyop heavily purported by the mainstream media to keep you in a state of perpetual expectation of a reality that might never happen. Which leads me to my next point. There are two kinds of people who love this saying. The first is women and lazy people. Women are more susceptible to information like this because of their temperaments, they're emotional creatures, and they function based on emotions. You scroll on TikTok all day, and in an algorithm that's deliberately designed to keep you addicted, users are not discerning enough to realize that corporations are hiring psychologists, literally best minds of our generations, and people in lab coats figuring out ways to addict you to this. One day you wake up and you're 40 and the only thing you have are your savings and a gallery filled with screenshots of motivational quotes. Then you realize you've been lied to. However, the unfortunate reality is time has gone. Your time is your most valuable asset. It can neither be multiplied or created. I want you to walk in the consciousness of this new philosophy. The second is lazy people. Lazy people love this kind of quote because it not only reinforces their laziness, it also inoculates them from doing the actual work. These breeds are the kind who pray, meditate, and hope for a reality without imputing the necessary labor required. When I say labor, I don't necessarily mean hard work, because if you work 100 hours in a grocery store, you would never be wealthy. So you see, wealth is understanding, not purely hard work. One of my rental properties generates 25 million naira annually. The average income in Nigeria is 200k a month. So if you saved every penny, let's say you had a place to eat, sleep, and you walk to work every day, you saved every penny, you still would not be able to generate that amount in 10 years as I in a year. So a decade of cranking in some warehouse, slaving away in some corporation, renting out your time, you still would not be able to generate 25 million in a decade. Not taking into account inflation and the reality that your dollars are going to be worth more, or the value of your purchasing power will be devalued and decreased by inflation. People say inflation is bad, inflation, but inflation sounds like higher mortgage prices to me. Inflation means higher stock prices. People say AI is threatening to take people's job and AI is bad, but when people lose their job, it's actually profitable for the rich, because now when the company lays off employees, it now has extra cash, making it even more profitable. The stock price immediately reflects this new change. Investors now bid the stocks higher in order to gain exposure to this now profitable company. You see how the rich will keep getting rich, asset prices will keep increasing, the mortgage prices will keep increasing, and your wages are not keeping up. You see, my friends, you never get wealthy cranking up in some warehouse. You never get wealthy working in some corporation. You never get wealthy if you're in debt. Something interesting happened recently. I ran out of oats because my groceries are usually in bulk, so I don't have to commute to the store on a day-to-day basis. Immediately, I booked my ride, hopped onto the grocery store, restocked. About to have dinner, discovered there was one more piece from the previous stock left. Immediately, I made this comparison with the previous stock, which weighed 40 grams and cost way less than the current stock, which is now 35 grams and costs double the price. So is the power of inflation, my friends. You're going to keep getting lesser lesser value and higher amount to gain exposure to that product. The value of your currency or your purchasing power is absolutely decimated by inflation. So inflation is good for the rich. The rich will keep getting richer, the poor will keep getting poorer, and the middle class will be wiped out. So I believe with these 2 points, it would help you navigate your way through these trying times. For some people, it would help you rise up and walk, my viewers. I say to you all, rise up and walk. And for those of you who are religious fanatics and use religious to endorse your laziness, the Bible says it, faith without works is dead, as a body without a spirit. It was the apostle James who said, if a brother or sister comes to you destitute of daily food and shelter, and you say to him, be thou filled, without attending to his obvious needs, what then profits your faith? Show me your faith, and I'll show you my work. Your faith is justified by your works. They go hand in hand. As always, if you know someone who's obsessed with these quotes and uses it as a garrison to avoid the actual work, send him this clip. Send him a clip of this. Help someone today. As always, it's a pleasure speaking to you guys. See you in the next one.